our studio in Newport Beach, California. Welcome to another edition of the Chabdog Sports Talk Radio Show. Sometimes scattered, but always edgy. We're an authentic take on sports talk. Rated R. Chabdog brings you Eric, the well-read, Frank, the tank, Brian from Sports Rock, and special guests. We're here to talk sports. We're here to rant and vent. We're here to take it up another notch. Now here's your host, Chabdog.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Chabdog Sports Talk. We're on each Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time, brought to you by Law Office of Brandon Chabner, serving Southern California's transactional business legal needs, and by chabdogsport.com at Facebook sports blog for your head of your sports headlines and biting sports commentary. Again, go to Facebook, type in Chabdog. You can find my stuff there, and on my personal page of Brandon Chabner Facebook. And got a good show for you today. To getting close to the end of November here. We'll have one more show in November, and I'm here with Eric Sove, my co-host from Well Read Productions. How are you, Eric?
Hey, Chabdog.
How's everything in Newport Beach? Nice and. You getting some warm weather there? We're having some pretty nice warm weather here.
Yeah, beautiful sunny afternoons. We got the marine layer in this morning. A little bit of fog hanging here, but expecting to burn off 11 o'clock and probably have a beautiful day, 68, 70 degrees here by the ocean.
Yeah, might be a good day for a bike ride. That's what I thought yesterday.
Yeah, you picked a good day, but apparently it didn't work out that way.
No, it's getting more dangerous, I think, being a biker here, because I think you have more people like me that gave up their gyms and need to do something to get the cardiovascular in. Mm-hmm. And when you get too many people out there riding bicycles, it becomes kind of treacherous. And that's why I'm calling this the slow motion car crash show, because one of the reasons, because that is what happened to me yesterday. I got tangled up with somebody, mm-hmm. And then once that happens, once your bikes get intertwined, you're pretty much you're going to crash.
How many seconds did you think it took, and how many seconds did it seem?
Well, I think it took about 5 to 10 seconds while we were tangled up, moving forward, and then, then I just hit the curb and went flying and just rolled. And thank God I didn't have any contact with my head. Mm-hmm. I just basically broke my fall with my hand, and that's why my hand got messed up, jammed up. But
of course you were wearing a helmet, so everything would have been fine.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, and of course you had a mask on too, especially.
I was wearing. Let's just put it this way: I was wearing something on my head.
Yeah, because as long as you were wearing a mask, because if you broke your neck and you didn't have a mask on, cause of death would be COVID. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, who knows? That guy might have given me COVID. Maybe his bike had COVID and it gave it to me. I don't think we actually touched, but.
Hey, that's a matter for the courts to settle there. Was he touching you in your special area?
I didn't have a mask on, and my bike didn't have a mask on. I do not wear a mask when I ride a bike. Sorry.
Yeah. See, this is the failure of contract tracing right here.
You're pretty. You should work for the government. You're really into this.
Do you think he was a Cleveland fan, Browns fan? No, he was a Cincinnati fan. He's coming after your ass, man.
That's a good question. Maybe he knew I was the Chabdog and he just decided to fuck with me.
Exactly. I mean, you do put yourself out there. You got that pretty picture of your all over.
He probably was a Browns fan since they're all losers.
They're 7-3 losers, though.
The Browns are 7-3.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, look at their record.
Are you kidding?
No. 7-3, right?
I haven't even looked at that, but I just don't take the Browns seriously at all. Like,
Well, yeah, because you're 9-0 or what? 8-0. You're 8-0, right?
they're just at a lower level. I don't concern myself with such.
Yeah, what? Your Pittsburgh Steelers are 8-0 or 9-0?
The Browns are 6-3. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay, they got to
here.
win today to go 7. But
and you know what? Do you know what the Browns' point differential is? -28.
Oh, I would have thought it had been a little more closer to 0.
That's
Okay.
all right there. They're doing it with smoke and mirrors.
Uh-huh.
Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
So, how many teams the Steelers have beaten have had winning records this year?
Well,
2.
they can only beat who they play. So let's say I gotta believe they beat somebody with it. They beat Baltimore.
Yeah, but then but then New England beat Baltimore, so Baltimore's shown that they're a glass chin too.
They beat Tennessee.
Yeah, when Tennessee was playing good too.
The only really good team besides the Steelers that's out there, I think, is you got Kansas City. That's clearly everybody respects them, but I don't see anybody that's so great out there besides Kansas City.
Yeah, and Kansas City's in a class by itself. I mean, there's everybody else. Maybe the Steelers or the current team is rising to the top. Maybe they'll peak too early.
Most of the rankings have the Kansas City at number 1 and Pittsburgh at number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, New Orleans is a good team, but they don't have Drew Brees anymore for a few weeks. That who knows how long that's going to last.
Yeah, he's on injured reserve. I heard Clowney's on injured reserve too. Not to switch to Tennessee, but yeah, Clowney's out too.
He didn't just get a fractured rib; he got a collapsed lung.
Yeah, he's this might end the season. Actually, we'll see.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Tampa Bay looks good to me. Their point differentials +70, and their record 7-3.
Well, I guess we see who's won between Belichick and Brady. Who is more reliant on the other? I think we answered that question.
Yeah. So don't count New England out. They could make the playoffs with a run here. They are 4-5. If they end up 10-6, I think they could get in.
Oh, they could, but I go ahead and count them out. I'm on the other side. Count them out. They're gone. Finished. Put a fork in it. You were right all along about
Cam Newton. He's not that good. Yeah,
no. And I saw he had this year off. I thought maybe he'll play more like he did in his career. No, that very special time when he was mobile and had an arm like a cannon early in his career. That's over. That injury has taken that from us. That Cam Newton is gone now, unfortunately. What we have now is a pocket passer with a little bit of flexibility, but the arm's gone. No accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame. Hey, we all wish better for him. That's what he won't be at New England next year.
It is what it is.
Uh-huh.
I think there's a good game today, though. Indianapolis is playing somebody good that's coming into town. Who's Indianapolis playing?
Indy. I'm having trouble. Oh, here we are. Green Packers.
Yeah, they're paying. That's a good game. I think we're going to learn a lot about Green Bay in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Frank Fleming,
they're both
joining us from Jersey.
Teams that want to get to the next level, but they're kind of being held, but they're held back by their personnel in different ways. But Green Bay, let's see what they can do against a good team on the road.
This is a game that typically the Colts actually win because this is a matchup that would happen over the years. Yeah, usually they play each other at least once a year or once every other year. And Indianapolis was able to steal these games in the past. But then you got Phillip Rivers. You got the Phillip Rivers factor. Tank, what's your take today on Indy Green Bay?
It depends on whose defense plays better. I actually think it's.
Yeah.
I mean, if Hicks can have a big day against the Packers, like the Colts will win. If the Colts can't. If Aaron Rodgers throws for 400 yards, the Packers will win.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends whose defense comes to play.
I don't have a lot of confidence in Green Bay's defense. You know,
I don't have a confidence. Their run defense. Dalvin Cook just ran the ball down their throat a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have any confidence in Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers. I never trust Phillip Rivers in the big game.
No.
But regular season is different than the playoffs. The playoffs is really, you can't trust them. But
sure. Yeah, Andrew Luck would have won this game, and it did win this kind of game in the past. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have any faith in Rivers at all, actually. What's your neighbor upstairs think, Tank? Did you get his take?
Well, he thinks the Colts are going to win. If not, he's going to be pissed off and not going to go to work on Monday.
And
Ralph
will be stamping his feet on the floor. You'll hear him dropping weights.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And every market's going to get to watch it except the New York market and the Dallas market and the Minnesota market.
Oh no.
Yep.
Really?
Must be seen on TV. No, I don't know about you, but there's nothing that says tradition in America like the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, sort of like Bud beer, Budweiser beer. The king of Budweiser, Budweiser and the Cowboys. And the Masked Singer, you're going to watch Masked Singer. The Masked Singer, is there any Cowboys that are Masked Singer? I don't know, but that was just a touchdown. And he's shaking his mask off. There's shows on Fox here are so good, like Rescue 911. We got a lot of great shows on Fox. And there's a game field goal. And watch the rest. This is Joe Buck calling the Super Bowl. The kick is up. Watch the Masked Singer.
I wish I had understood half of that.
With the half I understood, it was fantastic. That's gold, Frank. You were nailed it. Yeah, they're ramming it down our court.
It passes up in the air. It's going to be cool. Like a great Budweiser. And the king here comes Rescue number one. If Joe Buck was doing sports in 1980, this would have been the call of the Miracle on Ice. We got 5 seconds left. Ford Benson's next. Be sure to watch 2020 tonight. 3, 2, 1. The team in white red, white, and blue has won. And it's just like Budweiser. When you drink a Budweiser, you win. Look at this. Let's go to commercials.
Yes, Joe Buck.
It's a beer conspiracy with Budweiser. Mm-hmm. Troy. Don't forget Troy.
He's always worried about his sponsors. Well,
but Frank is really pointing out something that we all need to be aware of, which is that football is a delivery device for this other programming, social unquotes programming here that we're being programmed for, that America is being programmed for, because football is the last thing that the network is still has that actually draws people together, and then they program us with all these commercials, and Troy Aikman.
Yeah, he's down. Let's go to break. It's a touchdown. We're going to go to break. There's the extra point. Let's go back to break.
Yeah.
Here's the kickoff. We'll be back right after this.
Well, they've got to make their dollars.
Someone stubbed his toe. Let's go to commercial. Let's play the Fox injury music.
But do you notice?
It's just a little broadcasting, I think. I'm so unimpressed with people like Troy Aikman. He's so boring. God. I'd rather watch grass grow.
Now, keep in mind that half the commercial spots.
All Troy Aikman ever does is perform vocal fellatio on the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow. I've never heard it put so well.
Local fellatio.
Yeah, no, thank you. I got to go wash my
I
brain.
don't think he'd appreciate that if he knew you said that.
Thanks a lot, Tank.
He's quite a ladies' man.
Oh, my God. I want to say one more thing about the commercial. Go ahead, Tank.
I mean, the Aikman and Buck are just the utter worst.
Well, what could they do?
Yeah,
Who else is there?
Then you got Tony Romo, who's a total mimbo.
He's better than them.
But he's a mimbo. You remember from Seinfeld, a male bimbo?
Yes. Oh, totally, man. I'm sure he's wearing panties while he's doing every broadcast, too.
Yeah,
Dak
he's
Prescott
good.
screaming on the ground. I think it's just a cramp.
Pink panties.
Yeah, Dak Prescott's down. He's hurt. Well, I think it's just a cramp.
Yeah.
Also, when your foot almost falls off, it's a cramp.
Oh, yeah, he's just going to take a shot and get back out there. He tried.
I mean, his foot is twisted in the wrong direction. I think it's just a cramp.
It was kind of like your putter this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember that one with the guy, the Dallas Cowboys guy, the bones coming out of his ankle, and Tony Romo thought it was a cramp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk about fellatio. Yeah, okay, I get it.
He was thinking about the play he was analyzing.
That's how he ends up in Corona commercials.
Yeah, those are really bad commercials. Those Corona commercials.
Yeah.
What are you doing today? I think I'm drinking a Corona. Well, that sounds great. That's it.
Ooh, day drinking. Yeah. Ooh. Let's encourage people to be alcoholics.
It's a good thing for Corona that they started calling it COVID. Otherwise, Corona would have went the way of AIDS.
Oh yeah, yeah. AIDS, the diet candy. Yeah, you lose weight fast.
You know, the manufacturer of that candy must have, at the moment that they decided to rename the drug, call this dreaded disease that people were still trying to figure out what it was in 1982. They decided, they must have, there's somebody at the board must have at that moment went, fuck. Because they knew that the company was screwed.
It was gone. Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking to get lose weight, get AIDS. I mean,
that's literally what they're
like just 2 years, just before the disease gets its name.
Mm-hmm. And then even when it got it,
for a few years,
they tried.
Yeah.
For a few years they tried to but no one knew what it was. It was some sort of immune deficiency. They were just trying to figure out what it was, and so it said they decided to come up with the acronym. And boy, that put that one candy company right out of business.
Right out of business. Yeah, they tried a new name. It never worked out. They never had sales like they had before. Marketing blunder. So, Tank, we were watching the Michigan game last night with great allure that Rutgers might win. We were
I tell you, if Rutgers had won that game, I think they would have made Jim Harbaugh walk home.
Oh, exactly. They should have. But Harbaugh's in his next year is his last year of his contract. They're not going to,
he would have been like,
they're not going to renew.
He would have been like Winthorpe in Trading Places.
Yes.
I mean, at a certain point, I mean, it's clearly over for Jim Harbaugh in Ann Arbor.
Clearly.
The fans have turned against him. I mean, yesterday's win, I mean, the attitude for Michigan fans is Rutgers took you to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And if Rutgers didn't pussyfoot in the first overtime, they would have won the fucking game.
Well, Rutgers went Rutgers. What else is new?
Yeah, they pussyfooted.
Uh-huh.
They pussyfooted.
Yeah, and you know what happens when you lose to Rutgers?
Michigan missed the extra point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, missed the field goal in the first overtime. Rutgers only needed a field goal to win a game, and then they just this ball protect thing. They did this a 3-yard run, then they lost 4 yards on a stupid pitch out, and then to get the ball back to the middle of the field, they basically took a knee and they lost two yards. So the field goal was longer. If they would have just, if they wanted to just run the ball ahead, just run the fucking ball ahead. Just don't do any of the pitch out. Just try to get some yards. Maybe score a fucking touchdown. I mean, Christ. I mean, if they didn't pussyfoot right at that moment, Rutgers would have won that game, and Michigan would have been embarrassed. They would have been. I mean, fuck. They would have been in last place in the Big Ten. I mean, Wichita was actually in last place, but they would have been.
Penn State.
Because they are incompetent.
Yeah, Penn State.
Incompetent.
Penn State has no wins, and nobody feels sorry for them.
Nope. It's finally catching up with them now.
Yeah. All that bad karma.
All that Sandusky. Yeah, it comes home to roost. Yeah. You thought you paid your dues. No, they're just starting now.
Yeah.
So, Penn State, hide your children.
Yeah. That was embarrassing. So who's going to replace
Ohio
Harbaugh,
State,
and where's Harbaugh going to land in the NFL?
They had to do, but that game was close. Indiana must be pretty good.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, Indiana must be pretty good if they gave Ohio State that tough time.
They had very bad weather conditions. The rain was coming down pretty hard and blowing sideways, and
with the schedules changing and everything, that rivalry week isn't going to be this week as normal.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting when Ohio State plays Michigan. I mean, the Michigan doesn't even stand a prayer. Ohio State's going to just beat them by 40. It's going to be another embarrassing. It's going to be like
Michigan should come up with COVID or something to get that game canceled.
Yeah.
That actually would that would actually be less embarrassing.
That's what Florida State did yesterday. They said, we don't feel like a beatdown. It's just sorry.
Yeah, let's just go not play because of COVID.
Yeah, this guy didn't test at all until the very last test. And guess what? Oh, sorry, he's got COVID. Yeah, I know. We're all down here and everything. We'll just camp out here. Don't worry. We'll have a fun time on the beach instead.
Intentional false positive, and the other team that's pretty good, I think, is Northwestern. Did you see that game, Frank? Did you see Wisconsin Northwestern?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, the Badgers. Badger.
They're pretty bad.
Loss. That quarterback was pretty good, though. That they have. Fred, I think his name was Fred Mertz.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Mertz. Yeah, I reminded me of Fred Mertz, but his name is Graham.
We'll go with Fred. Yeah, Mama Cass choked on a ham sandwich, and his name was Fred Mertz.
Like 3 interceptions. But Northwestern has I like their front four. They've got a good line.
Mm-hmm.
If you can believe, I was shocked, but they have talent on that defensive line.
Shocked.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shocked.
So they might win the West.
All right, I only got a few minutes left. I don't have much time today. I'm kind of running around a little bit before the game.
All right, well, you want to talk NFL then?
We'll get into picks. I just want to give some praise here to a YouTube video.
Yeah, let's run through let's do a quick 10-minute run through the games.
Okay, can I do a quick plug for you first, Tank?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so if you go to Frank Fleming on YouTube, and you'll find one of his video where he's cooking hot dogs, and we watched it yesterday, me and my fiance. And it inspired us to do hot dogs tonight. And I just want to say that pro tip there about putting the buns on top of the steaming pot. I'm looking forward to getting warm buns for a change. It's a good move. All right, so coming up today in NFL football, the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Falcons a 4.5-point dog. So Saints are favored. Who's their quarterback, Tank?
It's going to be Taysom Hill today.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Not Jameis
Winston? No Winston. Hill.
Take the Falcons.
Yep. Take the Falcons.
Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
In New Orleans?
In New Orleans. New Orleans a 4.5-point home favorite.
That series, it doesn't matter. You can throw the records out. You can throw who's home out.
Yeah.
Those two teams always just play like crazy games.
Yeah. Division game.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then we got the Patriots at the
can't-
Texans. Patriots are a 2-point road favorite in Houston.
I like
Take
I
the
like
Patriots.
the Patriots.
Yeah,
I like the Patriots. I think they can win this game.
we're all over this one.
The
Okay,
Texans are the Texans are a steaming pile.
pretty much. The Lions, speaking of steaming piles, the Lions are a 1-point road dog in Carolina.
Oh, I
like the
hate,
Panthers.
Yeah, I like the Panthers there.
I
like
go
the
with the
Panthers.
Take the home team, Chabdog.
Panthers. Panthers don't have a quarterback. I'm going to go with the Lions.
Oh, well, the Lions don't
They
have
have Teddy
one either.
Bridgewater.
Yeah,
They have Teddy Bridgewater.
You get hurt.
When your team is down, you need a touchdown. You hope that your quarterback can lead the final drive. He might throw a pick, or he might fumble. But one thing's for sure, like Teddy Bridgewater, he will let you down.
Mhm.
Well, okay,
I just thought he got hurt last week, and I
good reason
didn't
to
know
take
he's
the
back.
Mhm. If he's out, that's actually a plus.
Well, I just think the Lions are probably a little better.
Okay, in the
They
game,
both suck.
in the game of the day, America's team at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are Cleveland Browns are a 3.5-point home favorite over the Eagles.
Oh,
Eagles.
what a dog,
Eagles? No, I'm
Game.
taking the
What a-
Browns.
dog of a game.
Take the Eagles.
Why?
The Eagles.
Myles Garrett is out.
Yeah, that's true.
Ugh. I don't know, man. I'm going to go with the Browns. I think they're due for a win.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns here because they're going to close in and take the division from Pittsburgh. Yeah,
They
Pittsburgh's
make the playoffs.
Pittsburgh's got a no-hitter going right now. Let's see how long they can pull that off here. No-hitter. Woo! No-hitter. Got to jinx them.
Okay. Next
Titans.
one.
Titans at Baltimore. Baltimore is a 6-point home favorite over whoever's playing at Tennessee these days.
Titans. Take the Titans with the points. I think the Ravens cover,
Wow.
but I think it's only a field goal game.
I think the Ravens are angry from last week's
I
performance
like,
and come
I
back
like
strong.
the Ravens in this one to come back. big
Lamar
winner.
Jackson is stinking it up.
He's got to get better.
I know, but I think he's going to do well in this game. The Titans have been.
I think
kinda
the Titans.
sketchy.
I think this is a field goal game.
Okay, I think it's a 7-point
Well,
or more
Justin Tucker's
Baltimore win.
but
Okay,
maybe you're right. But I like the Titans.
and in
The Tech.
in the next
Ravens.
matchup, I eat crow because Pittsburgh just demolished Cincinnati last week and covered a big spread, and today they're a 10-point favorite over Jacksonville in Jacksonville.
Oh,
Jaguars cover, get a backdoor cover.
I that's logic tells me to do that, but I'm going to double down and take Pittsburgh again and say, hey, I can't be stupid 2 weeks in a row.
official Chabdog
And
30 to 17.
it's going to be like one of those. It's going to be like one of those ridiculous scores. It's going to be like a 31. The final score is probably going to be like 30 to 21.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be ugly.
Where the Jaguars aren't really in the game, but get a late touchdown or two,
Mhm.
and just get that backdoor cover.
Because Steelers just play lazy. What do you
Yeah.
think, Chabdog?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: the Steelers are playing Thursday. They're playing the Ravens on Thursday,
Yes.
and I think the fourth quarter you're going to see a Steeler team that's going to be up maybe 20, and the Jaguars get like 2 garbage time touchdowns.
Huh. That's a distinct possibility.
Interesting theory.
Interesting theory. Especially with the Thursday game at play. Yeah, I didn't even
Do you
thought
like that, though? They're going to play on Thursday with the Ravens. That'll be nice. Nice for me to watch. Okay.
All right. Bengals.
Any other game? Well,
Bengals are playing in our nation's capital. They're playing the Marxists, the Leninists.
Bengals. Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah,
huh?
Washington can't
I'll
beat
go
any
with the
team outside its
Redskins.
division, outside its conference, outside anything. You taking the Wolves?
What do you? I think I like the Redskins to pull one out. I think it's
not
time
the
for them to win
Redskins.
another game.
It's not. The Redskins are not playing.
That point differential on them's not that bad.
All right. Tank and I are taking the Bengals. Tank and I are taking the
All right.
Raiders here.
Okay, can we? I got a couple
Eric.
things to get done.
Okay. Jets, Chargers. Chargers are an 8.5-point favorite.
I think the Chargers are going to murder the Jets today.
Wow. Yeah, I'm
Agreed.
I'm stupid. I'm taking the Jets. Dolphins and Broncos, but the Dolphins are in Mile High.
I'm kind of scared of a letdown game.
Yeah.
But I think the Dolphins still win.
They're 3.5-point
But
favorite.
I'm scared of a letdown.
3 and a hook though. 3.5, man.
I like the Dolphins.
I like the Dolphins too. We already talked about the Packers, Colts. I'm taking the Colts. Colts are a 1-point home favorite over the Packers.
Colts. I know Frank disagrees, but I like the Colts.
Yeah, we're all taking the Colts. Cowboys, Vikings.
I'm taking the Packers.
Oh, you're taking the Packers. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cowboys, Vikings in Minnesota. Vikings 7-point favorite.
Oh, it's a lot of points for the Vikings.
Yeah, but the Cowboys are really bad.
Yeah, the Cowboys are on the. I don't know. They're technically still in the race for the division, but they have nothing.
Yeah, and they're playing out of division.
I go with the Vikings. The Vikings are a better team right now. There's no question.
The Cowboys are looking forward to Thanksgiving Day where they get a win over Washington. They'll gladly lose today so they can be ready to play on Thursday.
I'm going to take the Vikings.
Okay, yeah, we're all in the Viking there. Tonight, the Chiefs come back from a 2-week vacation and take on the Raiders in Las Vegas. Chiefs a 9.5-point favorite.
Oh,
Chiefs are going to stomp the Raiders.
They should, because the
I
Raiders
think
already
that's
got
too many
the Raiders
points.
stole a win already from them. So.
Chiefs are going to stomp the Raiders.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to go with the Raiders to beat that spread.
All right. Well, Tank and I are taking the winner by a long shot here. Yeah, they're going to lap. They're going to lap the Raiders several laps here. Monday Night Football.
I
The
know what I'm
Rams.
talking about.
The Lambs are lying down in Tampa Bay, and Brady's going to shred them. Tampa Bay is only a 4-point favorite.
I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, on national
What's
TV.
the spread in that? What's the spread in that game?
Bucks by 4.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week.
All right.
Hey, thank you, Frank.
I'll go
Thank
with
you so
the Bucks
much.
to win, but I don't feel very good about it.
Okay.
Well, we're saying goodbye to Frank. We didn't even get to play him a clip. What do you want to play? We should play him something when he's on the way out here.
Yeah, okay. We got some great ones here. Buddy
But,
Hackett or...
You want to play him one of the political things I sent you?
Oh, sure. We've got Joe Biden's an asshole. Actually, it's just Jimmy Buffett singing "I'm an asshole." Or getting down the list here.
What about the one on the press conference?
It's a 34-minute clip.
Yeah, we can't play the whole thing, can we?
Not quite, but
We could play 5 minutes of it or 3 minutes of it.
sure. Let's do that. We got some time right now. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is gold. Because I hadn't heard this.
It's Waters' words.
Yeah.
When you have an election that half the country thinks was crooked, shouldn't you investigate it to make sure it wasn't? The Democrats investigated the last election for 3 years and found nothing. But Republicans can't investigate this election for 3 weeks. President Trump's legal team laid out what they found in just a short period of time.
Jesse Jacob is an adult citizen and a resident of the state of Michigan. She's been an employee of the city of Detroit for decades. She was assigned to voting duties in September, and she was trained by the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan. She was basically trained to cheat. She said that I was instructed by my supervisor to adjust the mailing date of these absentee ballot packages to be dated earlier than when they were actually sent in. the supervisor made that announcement for all workers to engage in that fraudulent practice. That's not me saying that. That's this American citizen saying that under oath.
This is a Detroit poll worker swearing under penalty of perjury that she was trained to cheat by Democrat election officials to backdate ballots that came in after Election Day. Now, Rudy says the woman will also testify that she was instructed not to verify signatures, not to invalidate bad ballots, and not to check voter ID. She says all the poll workers around her were instructed to do this. Rudy laid out more direct testimonial evidence from Michigan citizens.
What they swear to is that at 4:30 in the morning, a truck pulled up to the Detroit center where they were counting ballots. The people thought it was food, so they all ran to the truck. It wasn't food. It was thousands and thousands of ballots. And the ballots were in garbage cans, they were in paper bags, they were in cardboard boxes, and they were taken into the center. They were put on a number of tables. At that time, they thought all the Republican inspectors had left, all but two had, and an employee of Dominion. And here's what they jointly swear to: that every ballot that they could see, everything they could hear, these were ballots for Biden. When they saw a ballot, these were ballots only for Biden, meaning there was no down ticket, just Biden. Many of them didn't have anything on the outer envelope because these ballots were produced very quickly, very swiftly, and they're estimated to be a minimum of 60,000, maximum of 100,000. Many of them were triple counted, which means they were put into the counting machine this way. Once, twice, 3 times.
Makes you sick to your stomach to think that this could have happened. But it gets worse. The president's legal team has hundreds and hundreds of sworn eyewitness statements testifying to major voter fraud in Atlanta, Philly, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Milwaukee, Las Vegas, and Phoenix. These are deep blue cities run by Democrat machine bosses and election boards. In key swing states, Biden leads. Overvoting, double voting, out-of-state voting, vote changing, voter intimidation, backdating. Poll inspectors swear they weren't permitted to inspect hundreds of thousands of mail ballots being opened and processed in Pennsylvania. Dozens of inspectors swear they were denied real access in major Democrat precincts across the country in early morning of November 4th and beyond, while Biden chewed away at Trump's lead. In Pittsburgh, 15,000 people showed up on Election Day to vote and were told they had already voted by mail, when they hadn't. So who cast ballots in their names? Wisconsin sent out tens of thousands of unsolicited ballots. It's against state law. Democrats violated the Equal Protection Clause by allowing people to cure their bad ballots in cities, but not in Trump counties. And all of these arguments and testimonials were laid out methodically by Rudy. Another lawyer, Sidney Powell, claims she has whistleblower testimony and significant circumstantial evidence proving that software in the vote machines rigged vote counts for Joe. Now, if this is true, it's the biggest scandal in American political history. It's an extremely technical and controversial allegation. So Water's World producers have been looking into it, and we're going to show you exactly what we found coming up later in the show. So the Trump case is this: don't certify fraudulent results. Let the lawyers present their case in court and let the judges rule. And if it goes through a legal process, a constitutional process, nobody should have an issue with that. It's an uphill battle for sure, but it's a battle worth fighting. It was a unique election with tens of millions of mail ballots for the very first time. And all the country's powerful interests aligned against the president. Trump was ahead, then a stoppage. And then the outcome delayed while Biden clawed ahead under controversial circumstances. Now, perhaps that can be explained. But we're seeing early signs that there are other explanations, and those should be pursued all the way. Democrats rioted and launched a coup after the last election, Spare us the outrage when a lawyer files a lawsuit. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Remember when Hillary said Trump stole the...
Okay, we're going.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point to cut it off. Thanks.
Yeah, wow. I hadn't seen this before, and he raises
Really?
some very interesting. No, I hadn't. This is the first time, and he raises some very interesting questions there.
That bothers me because you probably watch a lot of news, don't you?
I do, and all the news I'm watching is just brushing this off and saying they're filing, unsubstantiated claims of fraud. And
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
And they're just the way it's being portrayed to me is just petering out. The decision's been made. Biden's president. Let's move on.
Yeah, it's just sour grapes, and
why
is he doing this? He's just making everybody upset, and
there's people in the Republican Party telling him to stand down.
They have affidavits from hundreds of people. There's evidence of massive voter dumps in the middle of the night for one candidate. That stuff just doesn't add up. I want to see the courts look at all this and make their own decision. Just think about how important the right to vote is, and that's what we freaking died for. That's what all those people died for on Omaha Beach. We have to protect this. I don't care if it means re-electing a guy that nobody liked, that a lot of people hate. That's tough. That's the way it goes. It's one man, one vote, not one man, 10 votes.
Yeah, or suppression of vote, or swipe 3 times with one card to get counted 3 times, which is odd that's even can occur in an automated system, but okay, or semi-automated system.
Well, I don't know how those machines work, but it would seem like maybe you can feed something in multiple times.
It infers that, doesn't it? Yeah. But if you have we're supposed to have a safeguard that what's scanned with the vote is also an ID that can only be used once. So.
It's just that thing with. They must have hard evidence that those voter dumps occurred late in the middle of the night, and there's just no way that you could have over 100,000 votes for one candidate in a row.
No, that's statistically impossible. We know that. Yeah, and especially over 100,000 votes where just the card is empty. It's only for the president and nothing else. The whole down card is empty, as was alleged.
Yeah, those ballots have got to be thrown out.
Well, they're questionable. I'm not saying they should be thrown out, but I'm glad this information needs to go before a judge, maybe a grand jury, for investigation to see if these witnesses are credible, and if these claims are credible.
Votes are not supposed to come in that way. Mail-in votes are not supposed to be trucked in garbage bags with no envelopes.
Yeah, that sounds very suspicious. Now, if these votes and questions are removed, does it change the outcome?
Well, that was Michigan, and it could definitely affect it. I don't know if it changes it because Michigan was like a 150,000 vote margin, but the evidence has to be looked at, and if these 100,000 or so votes were scanned multiple times, then it would definitely affect Michigan.
Yeah, it could swing it back.
And then Nevada, there was all sorts of bad stuff happening in Nevada. And I don't know. Pennsylvania, a lot of issues with Pennsylvania, but I'm not qualified to really comment on that. But I know that there's like 5 states, I think, where they think they have cases. So, but the Constitution, deals with this in detail and says that the Congress, the House of Representatives, is ultimately going to make, they have the authority if they have to overrule what, in terms of picking the electors.
Mm-hmm.
So it could get really messy, and like I'm worried that if they overrule the quote will of the people here and change the result, then we definitely could have a lot of violence and angry people.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of disagreement in the streets, because then they think that they're being disenfranchised. So it's a dangerous place to go.
In 1876 there was a similar circumstance where the popular vote said the Democrat won, and then there was a dispute about 19 electoral votes, and they formed a commission, and the commission decided to give them all to the Republican in exchange for removing federal troops from the South.
Oh.
And so they basically cut a deal, and the people's choice did not get elected.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually when Jim Crow and all that stuff came in, when the rights that were so hardly won for that war were postponed.
You saw what happened when the federal troops left, and
well, they put up all the statues and started naming the streets after all these loser generals and characters that were fighting for segregation, were fighting for slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
the Democrats, if I'm not mistaken, but that's historical, and it got nothing to do with Nancy Pelosi now.
Yeah. It's interesting though, what that led to, and the Ku Klux Klan was definitely really on the rise in the late 1800s and early 1900s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, corresponding with that period in 1876 that you just cited. Yeah, a lot of these groups, a lot of these paramilitary organizations, a lot of the things to keep the South the way the South was, the preservationist societies, came out of that. I remember studying that years ago in history, that right after the war, they were cleaning up their act, and African Americans were being elected in proper elections, and it was after that split in 1776 that they were able to start suppressing the vote. The practices that many allege still continue today, and may very well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this is a dangerous. But hey, we survived that.
There's a big danger in smoothing things. It would have been easy to. They could have just not made that deal and kind of moved forward and kept the federal troops in there, and it would have been messy. But they took what they thought was the easy, sensible way out, and it left a vacuum of authority and power, which took a lot of years to fix.
Mm-hmm. We're still working on it today, to this day.
But we will have serious problems in our country if we don't have a fair election this time, and if we do the easy thing and just blow these allegations off and just certify Biden and move on. I mean, God, I think that would be terrible.
Yeah,
I just think it would erode public confidence in our system.
Mm-hmm. For half the nation, anyway.
I think we have to look at it at least. But I know there are a lot of people out there that to violently disagree and don't want to hear that. So, whatever.
Well, thankfully, they're a small minority.
Everybody's got a form.
People who are looking for violent solutions are thankfully small.
Oh, there's a new headline now. 2 people were hurt in a hit and run during a pro-Trump rally in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they had one here in Huntington Beach last night at 10 o'clock that coincided with the curfew. The statewide curfew has been put in place at 10 o'clock. Chabdog, we have a new guest on the line. We have Brian Keller joining us from Sports Rock.
Oh, hey, Brian.
Good morning. Yeah, hi, guys.
Morning.
How are we doing?
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Is it a sunny day in Bend, California?
We were talking NFL, and how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult times for me, but
of course,
I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there.
Of course, Brian.
Yeah,
we're so glad you called.
It's a difficult time for everybody. It's really. Can you remember a time where there was just more turbulence?
No, I really can't. And, adding on top of that with my own personal loss there, it just makes this year is like a nightmare. Like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel it.
I do have my picks, though. Sorry.
Oh, good. Yeah, let's have them.
Well, let's have them. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Steelers, of course.
Yeah, we're with you there.
I was going back and forth to Lion Panther, but Bridgewater in out. But Lions, I'm taking.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
Yeah, I know. That's a hard one, but the Lions, I think, are a better team.
Yeah, at this
Hey,
point.
Chabdog, by the way, when's the last time you heard that expression? That's a hard one.
Yeah. I've never heard that expression.
And when was the last time? Never? You must have heard it once in your life.
I'm not sure what you said there, but I know what I said. That was a hard one.
Yeah, that's a hard one. And when was the last time you heard that? Someone say that to you? A girl say that to you?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
It's a children's show. I can't go into stuff like that.
Oh, of course.
But
we got
I have heard the word "nice package" before, so I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, okay. The package. So Texans or the Pats? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think Texans because they're at home. Pats still haven't convinced me.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm going with the Patriots. I'm getting a little confident in them, even though they don't have much of an offense. I think they have to win this game. Texans are. Yeah,
they really do. They really do, and that wouldn't surprise me. But I'm taking the Texans. Let's see what else I got. Ravens over Titans. That could be a fun game, though.
Ravens.
6 points.
Yeah. Browns over the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be an ugly game, won't it? That'll just be. Ugh.
I think Cleveland will rack it up. It'll be fun. It'll be like 35-17.
Yeah, that's very, very likely.
Yeah, the Eagles are weak.
Yeah, that's just.
They'll put up a fight.
I don't know what happened to that quarterback. He just Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Carson went south. That's what happened.
Yeah, he went all right.
Mm-hmm. And see, we got the Saints over the Falcons. That's pretty easy, I think.
Yeah, but quarterback for the Saints is what? Hills?
Yeah, hell, that was a big surprise too. But I still would have to stick with the Saints. But really interesting. I heard that they said that they decided on Hill because they envision him as Reese's replacement eventually. Believe it or not, even though I think
he doesn't throw,
5 years old.
Can he throw a real, downfield pass? I mean, what kind of a quarterback is he?
We're going to find out today.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, haven't seen. I mean, he hasn't had that much opportunity, obviously, and he's primarily in there for those sneaky plays and the runs. Yeah. Could be interesting.
Uh-huh.
And I got the football team over the Bengals. Washington.
Yes, I got a little support here for that.
Yeah, the football team has never proven to beat anybody outside their division. That's a bad. Take Cincinnati. That's a bad pick.
Alex Smith had a good game last week, didn't he?
Oh, he said every game he's played has been good. It doesn't matter; they still lose.
He's a big. He's an efficient quarterback, I guess. I mean, he was a big winner in KC, but he just never get to the playoff top. Yeah.
Yeah, he just wasn't. Mahomes can take the rest of the team and say, you know what, I know you guys are broken. You can't quite figure it out. It doesn't matter. Get on my shoulders. We're going to win anyway. Yeah, that's the one thing Smith couldn't do. He's good. Otherwise, technically, he's extremely good. Oh, he's really.
I got Chargers over the Jets. Although I might say that the Jets have a chance to win finally, that could be the one.
Yeah, that's a tough
But I
choice.
doubt
8.5 points. It's a lot of lumber for a team that's really bad.
Yeah. Now, Broncos are at home, which makes them kind of dangerous, but I'm still going to stick with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dolphins they've been playing better football than almost everybody else lately. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm surprised how good they are on offense, particularly.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's been quite a turnaround.
So,
And another one that's going the right direction is Vikings. I'm taking the Vikes over boys.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that one.
So I got Colts over the Packers.
it's a game the Colts typically win when they play Green Bay over the years.
And they're at home, so, yeah. I got Chiefs to revenge on the Raiders. Even though the Raiders are at home, could be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. The Raiders are a mysterious team.
The Raiders are going to get cut
really
in half by a buzzsaw. It's not even going to be pretty.
They play the Chiefs tough too, almost every time.
Yeah, did you see the first game? The first game where they beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was your take on how they did that defensively?
I think that was well, obviously played well defensively, but I think Mahomes was off. I mean, he's going to be off.
Was off, but I thought it seemed like they did something in that game with their coverage scheme where it looked to me like they kind of kept a spy on Mahomes and just kind of kept him in the pocket or in the middle of the field. And I think that's the smart. Gruden had something going there. I think he has he has figured out a way to, he thinks, control Mahomes. So we'll see what that happens today, but I think
right.
the Raiders are going to cover that.
You're absolutely right. He did figure a way.
Cover,
You watch Reed.
Likely, yeah. What do we got left here? Monday night. Oh, is it Monday night?
Monday night.
Well, I got the Bucks winning over the Rams.
I don't know. The Rams, I'm going to go with the Bucks, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, I could see that the Rams are another funny team. You know, they can be surprising. I mean,
the Rams can just run the ball a little bit and loosen the defense up. That helps Goff a lot.
Yeah,
and the Bucks defense is not. It's not as stout as I thought. I've seen them have some pretty bad games.
Right. That's one of their. I think that was supposed to be one of their strengths, of course, coming in.
and then on the other side of the ball, the Rams have a pass rush, don't they?
Yeah, they got one of the top defenses going right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and Brady just, if he doesn't have time, forget it. So he's going to have time. I think they'll win, but it's probably going to be close.
Yeah. Well, I can throw in, since it's coming up Thursday, I'll just throw in my Thursday's picks. Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Texans, Cowboys, and Steelers. That's the Texans at Detroit.
You got
we
the
have
lines
to watch
there?
the Texans on Thursday?
Texans at Detroit. The Detroit game. Usually I take Detroit.
Always.
But I don't know.
Okay.
Not this year.
I'm taking Detroit. It's just automatic.
I would go with Detroit, but
That's a smart pick, actually. I'm just going off what I was thinking. But Cowboys home, yeah, I'll give it to them.
Yeah, Cowboys.
And same with the Steelers.
you have to find the world, Brian. You did get the Cardinals-Seahawks game wrong. And somebody else picked the Seahawks.
Yeah, I know. We're a virtual tie there. for most wins at this moment.
I had to win that game just to make it interesting. So, but Seattle did what I wanted them to do. They ran the ball, and it helped.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we can see. I had a feeling, but I just went to wild card. But the Cards, they're good, definitely, but they're not quite there yet. Not quite there.
Yeah. Well, you want to go to break, Eric, and then we can pick this up on the other side.
Okay.
Maybe with some more clips.
Yeah. What do you want to hear during the break?
Why don't you play that clip from
Frank Caliendo doing impressions in 2008?
What's that?
We got Frank Caliendo doing impressions in 2008.
Let's play some Frank Caliendo for about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, we got a 5 minute or 4:41. So let's do that. Well, that sounds great.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, Brian, hang on. We'll be right back.
All right.
Break time.
In back time.
You're on to the next hour of the Chabdog Sports Talk Radio Show.
En voyage dans le passé. Voyage dans le passé.
We're told that greatness is exceptional, when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great. Go be brilliant. Go be you. Go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit defylifegear.com to get fitted for greatness.
The law office of Brandon S. Chabner, serving clients in Southern California with transactional legal services since 2007. We handle general, corporate, outside counsel type work, drafting and negotiating a wide variety of business and commercial contracts, including non-disclosure agreements, independent contractor agreements, and employment agreements. Our experience includes working with public and private companies and involves a broad range of industries, including healthcare, consumer products, real estate, and high technology. Mr. Chabner has over 20 years of legal experience, having worked for some larger national firms and serving as general counsel for a multi-million-dollar private company here in Southern California before starting his own legal practice. His educational credentials include a law degree from UCLA, where he was on law review, undergraduate degree at Yale, where he graduated magna cum laude, and an MBA from Harvard Business School. Other areas of focus for Chabner Law include press release and business plan editing, pre-litigation matters, and debt and mortgage resolution work. You can contact us at 310-698-0740 and at bchabner@chabnerlaw.com.
Like Chabdog said, he was 100% right.
He can take all comers.
What's going on? Did you see the president at the Olympics? I'm sure he did.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Man, he got stopped by Bob Costas. And I couldn't get out of there, man. That guy was keeping me away. That guy needed a better exit strategy from that interview. That guy wouldn't stop. It was like a little leprechaun with a thesaurus. Which, of course, I thought a thesaurus was a dinosaur with a good vocabulary until a couple of days ago.
See what he did there was he did a little joke and then boom.
I tell you guys what, the Redeem team, let's talk about that. Those guys, I think I just broke this computer. That doesn't matter. I owe casinos $250,000. That doesn't matter at all. And every time, that's a little Charles Barkley for those guys.
Dear sweet heaven, I should announce them so you know.
Come on, play the game. This is WGN. This is the big time. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Brett Favre. And the thing about Brett Favre is they should change his name to Jet Favre and the team's name to the New York Brets. I think that's what it is. Hey, what they should do is I think, in Green Bay, they're not sure what they want to do. What I think they should do is retire his number. Not just from the Packers, not from football, but from the entire numerical system. You should get rid of the number 4. So if you're teaching a kid to count, what do they learn to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I mean, you think about, I could keep going to infinity. Some people think of it as a ... or an ellipses, but I think that you know.
I hate those ellipses. You can't look directly into them.
If you think about
it's also a good kind of gum.
Yeah. But you think about all the things. I tell you what, that was a terrible reference. That's an eclipse. That doesn't even make sense. That's what's wrong with Caladino. He does not. It does not. It's ridiculous that he does that kind of thing, and I don't know where it's going. So let's get back to the important thing. Brett Favre. Yeah. I mean, hey, what's your favorite holiday? The 4th of July. I mean, that's what some people like Christmas. That's the Eve. That's the December 24th. And I mean, maybe we should just get rid of the syllable. Yeah, for a while. How about that? Sure. You say, you hit a golf ball at somebody. Fire! Unforgettable is what he is.
I'm wondering if you have an Obama or McCain making their way into your repertoire. A little bit.
I think the tough thing with Obama, like he's such a Messiah type character to so many people, so important. But I think his inspirational speech will eventually wear off if he becomes president. That'll take. You just think, I have a hangnail, America. We have hangnails too. Why is this good? What's that?
And I'm John McCain, and it's time to take a nap.
I'm actually. I mean, could you imagine that? I'm doing this thing for a company called McCain Foods later in the week, where I'm actually dressing up as. That's my life. I dress up as people, doing a whole thing as John McCain. And it's not about votes. It's about potatoes, America. So that's
my opponent may be younger, but I am older. That kind of stuff. So I don't know who this McCain guy is. I've decided to run for a third term. What the heck is going on? Where is Hillary? Who cares?
Whoa, that one's going to get some letters. Hey, that doesn't matter. You know who deserves a letter? Brett Favre. You retire his letter, and you retire the number. Now you retire the letter F, and you just call him Brett Arf.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
You had said that Madden wasn't crazy about your impersonation of him. Have you run into any of those? Like, I wonder, Pacino, you don't see walking down the street.
No, but that would be fun to just walk around and see Al Pacino. Frankie!
How you doing, buddy? I don't yell like you say I yell. We're in a library, Al. Whoa! Books are for coloring, not for reading, my friend.
Whoa, there's another letter. Boom. Hey, now it's just Irv.
Are we back?
We are back.
Yeah, I love that mixture of voices he has. It's pretty.
I forgot about that guy. He was great, the Madden.
Yeah, the John Madden is just. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Or the Favre of July.
The Favre of July.
Yeah, I could never figure how to spell that guy's name, Brett Favre. It just doesn't spell like it's pronounced.
Favre or something.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, Brian, we can talk more pro football. We could talk some college football. I don't know. Did you watch the games yesterday?
What was that? I watched. Was it Indiana, Ohio State?
Yeah, that was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I always liked rooting for the underdogs in those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been a major upset, though. Didn't happen. I don't really see anybody stopping Ohio State in the Big Ten.
No. I did happen to catch. I know it was already played, but I didn't watch it live. But I caught a replay of the Notre Dame Clemson game.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Watched the whole thing. That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
I think Notre Dame should probably be number one my opinion. But
oh, well, what about Alabama? Look what they won 63-3 or something. Can't be more dominant than that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But I'm never been a real fan of Alabama. They do that kind of thing every year to somebody. Beat the crap out of them.
I got an update. The Jaguars just scored a field goal on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they play them. They play them tough, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I remember that game. The Jaguars beat the Steelers in the playoffs. That was a crazy game. They won at like 48-45 or something. And the Steelers just couldn't get their act together in time, and they couldn't stop the Blake Bortles.
Yeah, that was a great game. Yeah, that's one of those classics. Yeah.
And then there was one where where Ben I think it was earlier that year, Ben threw 5 interceptions against the Jaguars, and at the press conference he was actually talking about retiring. He was so upset. So the Jaguars, they have a way of biting us.
Yeah, and the Steelers likely are not going to go perfect. So at some point, then probably they might take a hit or two, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's still early.
Yeah. I'm watching the Saints right now on TV. They're playing the Falcons, and
yeah, I got that on too.
That's all they're
looks
showing
like they're
us here
moving
in
the
LA.
ball. Yeah. So
Chad,
Eric,
there was a see how Hill does. Let's see what Hill does.
Mm-hmm. He seems like a solid player. He's probably not going to make a lot of mistakes, but can he really move them? I think he can.
Yeah.
I think they will be able to. They'll just move it slowly down the field, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting there. Yeah. What else was
He's pivoting.
going
He'll
on
get
here?
sacked. Oh, and a flag goes down for holding too.
Oh, on the Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was totally a broken play there.
Hill's wetting the bed already.
So, not to switch gears too much, but I feel like we should talk about it. What was happening in Huntington Beach? There was a big protest. It was about the restrictions on the coronavirus restrictions.
Yeah, a bunch of people were gathering there at PCH and Maine there in Huntington Beach, right off the pier. Last night.
I haven't checked in on the news today. I'm not sure what's all going on. It seemed like the last few days it's the same old.
Yeah, same old. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's been all sorts of rallies, and I think there was somebody hurt at a Wisconsin rally with a hit and run or something.
It was a shooting in a mall.
Yeah, this crazy times, man. It's like I was reading the funny thing they had on the news was in Iran of all places. They were talking to people there, and just like here, they've got a whole bunch of people that are all up in arms over restrictions, just like we do here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Does this make sense to have a curfew? What does that really do?
The curfew doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's just like stupid.
It's just another way to make it upset.
I know it's just weird. I can understand, limit your traveling, limit your gatherings, and blah blah blah. But curfew, I mean,
well, if they're encouraging
does it
people,
matter what time.
they're encouraging people to stay home, or at least that's the behavior that it's encouraging. It's like, yeah, okay, there's a curfew, then that means just stay wherever you are, just stay wherever that is. Don't travel.
We can't go to a bar. We can't go to a bar anyway.
Yeah, bars closed anyway. So that's going after people that are doing house parties, people that are jumping from place to place in those hours. I guess what they're trying to say, if people just stayed home in those hours and only jumped place to place during business hours, at least that's less contact. And because the rates actually did double.
It's crazy seeing all the airports. You see all the airports and travel. It's like,
oh yeah,
crazy.
Well, you just drive on the road. Last two. I can tell you what the government can't tell us, or the epidemiologists don't know why the rate doubled in 1 week and went up so fast. But I can just say anecdotally, I just saw a lot more traffic. 2-3 weeks ago, the volume of traffic increased significantly on the 405 and other throughways around here in the LA area. So yeah, people are just they're either getting tired of lockdown or they have to go out. This is coinciding with the ending of a lot of employment benefits that were coming in for people who were unemployed, and they're starting to burn through their savings. Now it's like you got to get the hustle back on. You got to get working again. We got rent to pay, and you got.
So how are they gonna shut this down? I mean,
I don't know because
it's gonna. At some point you really do have a crime issue because people are desperate and they need to do something to support themselves.
Yeah, so they could come steal your car, they could steal your Prius, or they could go to work. But since they can't work, they can steal your Prius.
That would be funny. They would be in for a rude awakening on that one.
You just leave it with the keys in it, man.
Please take it.
Yeah, put a bottle of Ripple in the passenger seat.
Brian, I have this Prius that makes a noise when it's running and
when it's running. When it's stopped, it doesn't make any noise.
It's got a hood from a junkyard that we put on there.
Yeah, that's a nice hood. You don't get hit by what's that stuff? Pellets? No. Hail.
Yeah. Hail. Yeah. But I appreciate everything you did for that car, Eric, and I say a prayer every time it starts.
You recite, yes, and it does start. It's a reliable car. So you got the wheel bearing? Has the garage looked at it yet?
Not yet. I haven't taken it in there yet. I will, but I just, I had to do the show, and
it's probably not safe.
I have my responsibilities to the public here.
I mean, you already had an accident on your bike. The last thing you need to do is have your wheel fall off on the 405.
Yeah. I had a rough day yesterday, Brian. My bike I got sideswiped on my bike, but I'm better now. But I had a bad wrist jam, or my thumb wasn't moving very well.
No.
I couldn't hitchhike very well.
You got the other hand.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling this a slow motion car crash show.
Yeah, we think it was a Trump supporter.
That guy looked more like Antifa to me.
Oh, okay. Did he have a beard?
Yeah, he had kind of this scraggly beard and like me. Yeah, right.
Oh, actually, that more coincides with the Bengals fan theory.
I think it was a Browns fan.
No, it was Bengals from that beatdown last week.
Gavin Newsom, we have another car crash clip. You could play Mad World clip.
Yeah, let's do that. We got the.
I sent you that one.
The funny
and along with that, there's a Buddy Hackett joke, a very funny Buddy Hackett joke.
Well, let me hit the car chase first here.
Let's stop arguing, please. The only reason we're together is because they only had one car. So let's get there, even if we are last.
In a Chevy.
Whatever the outcome of the day, I shall never forget that you hit me when I wasn't even looking.
Yeah.
Hey, Russell! Russell!
How can you possibly be so slow?
I've had just about enough out of you.
If you'd have been quick at turning around, we could have caught him.
Now, why don't you shut up?
Russell! There! It's Russell and Mr. Hawthorne! Well, stop him! Catch him!
Are we going to start that again?
Faster! Step on it! Blow the horn, you big dope!
Look, what do you want these guys for anyway?
Well, you gotta keep up with them. You're falling behind. You gotta keep faster! Do you hear me? Still faster! Well, stop him! Don't let him get away! Don't let him get away!
I say, what's that chap honking his hooter for?
it's probably some road hog who thinks he owns...
What? What?
I get anxious about Mama! Russell, wait a minute! It's my brother-in-law! What's he doing? Be careful of him. He's not normal. You're getting me... Boy, are you bugging me, man! I'm gonna nail... Ooh, I'm getting bugged now. Whoa, man! Russell, if you don't pull over, I'll kill you! Russell, I'm warning you, pull over and stop! I said stop! Stop! All right, you have... I said stop! Russell, when I get my hands on you, Russell, I said stop, are you crazy? We'll get killed. Pull over. You know what I mean? Stop. You're right now. You get you know, when I get my hands on you, Russell, I will kill you.
They trashed both the cars. What a great scene! So that's kind of what it looked like, eh? When there's two bikes collided and ran back and forth.
We were just dancing together for about 10 seconds, and then the curb took over.
Wow.
Yeah. There's something very funny about crashes, even though the results can be serious.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Brian De Palma do a movie called Crash?
Called Crash?
Yeah, there's a movie called Crash, yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw that one. I like Brian De Palma stuff. I should watch that.
Well, it had a weird premise. It was combining crashes with eroticism. They were eroticizing accidents.
Oh.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, things collide and
needed scanners. And
there's explosions.
The heads blowing up in that movie Scanners.
Oh, I never saw Scanners.
Hmm.
Who did Scanners? What director did that?
Brian De Palma.
Oh, he did that too?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a real dark side to him.
Yeah, I like Body Double. That was a good movie. And Dressed to Kill.
Yeah, Dressed to Kill.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Well, Angie Dickinson's so hot.
I know.
Yeah.
And Michael Caine. Michael Caine did a good job.
Yeah, I was too busy looking at Angie Dickinson. Sorry.
Christopher Reeve was in that.
Yeah, you can have all the men you want. I'll take Angie. You and the men can go have a cocktail.
Yeah, but she can't make the movie, man. I mean, the guys make the movie.
Yeah, I forget about everyone else in the movie except Angie Dickinson.
Angie Dickinson was in. She was in that other movie I showed. I had you look at called Death Hunt. Remember that one?
Yes. Teaming up again with Lee Martin, who remember then we saw
Lee
the two
Marvin
of them for the first time together in. What was the name of that movie we watched at my place 1 or 2 cocktails ago?
Oh, that one. I don't remember the name of that one.
And Dean Wormer's in that one, too.
Yeah, John Vernon.
John Vernon tries to steal the girl, but...
one of those... Was that like a Canadian movie or something?
No. It's U.S. legit. The other one's the Canadian one, or a Canadian co-production.
John Vernon is Canadian, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had me looking at that Crash when I was checking that. I remember that. That was, what's his name? Matt Dillon actually did a great acting job in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Dillon's, he had some great roles. He's kind of forgotten.
Don Cheadle, yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, Dillon was amazing in that one.
Don Cheadle, I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah.
So Chabdog, the governor, apparently had dinner with a few dozen of his closest friends and political lobbyists in a very pretentious restaurant called the French Laundry up in the Bay Area.
I know. I kept wondering when they kept talking about the French Laundry. I go, what the hell is it, laundryman or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you call a restaurant a laundry?
It's right next to the Four Seasons Mortuarium. So that's why.
Yeah. There was a laundry list of violations there.
A laundry list. Yeah, I know. There was a lot of.
Is that guy an elitist or what? It's amazing how he keeps his power.
Is that a sentence or a question?
I don't know how. Yeah, but not fond of these guys. Kelly, with Newsom, and of course the L.A. mayor doesn't affect me any, but he's a weirdo too.
I think the L.A. mayor, he means well, but he just isn't able to pull it off because of the machine politics nature of the city.
Yeah.
There's things that are beyond his control.
Yeah,
just
Newsom
like the
is not the only. There's been a couple of these incidences where these officials have been cut with their pants down, kind of thing.
Well, yeah, they all take off to Hawaii. Like, what's up? You guys can't do a pardon my language, a fucking Zoom conference about your health conditions? You all got to take off to a resort in Hawaii and be there in person?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
What was that?
Not a good look.
Yeah.
What was that, Eric?
A bunch of our state officials, and I think even some city officials too, went over and attended this conference. Something to do with COVID or whatever in Hawaii, in person. In a resort island. Yeah, that was really necessary travel. Yeah, for this conference. Yeah, they had to attend in person. Yeah, okay.
Nice to see that they're really living,
off our dime.
Living. They're taking precautions to save money and suffer the same pain that they're making the rest of us go through.
Yeah, just like Gavin Newsom. So I guess where leadership goes, so goes the bureaucracy. Typical California.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big deal. So he got caught. So Nancy Pelosi got caught with ice cream in her fridge or getting her hair done. I mean, it's a big deal. Is she out of office? No. Anything change? No. Can we?
Well, there is the recall petition out there that I signed.
Yeah, we'll
see how many signatures we get.
First I thought that was a great idea, but I'm not sure Gavin he's the core problem. The core problem goes back to the 1970s and the way politics evolved. Back with the machine that put Pelosi. I did some research. I've got to pull out the names and people the political machine that Pelosi became a member of, but it existed before her too.
Patronage and corruption, that's been intertwined in our politics for forever.
Well, it's San Francisco liberalism, and it's not all bad, but it's also not all good, or the results of it haven't been good, so why did they keep doing it?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I hear what you mean, and there's people out there. We don't want America to become kind of horny, do you?
Say again?
I see people making comments like, we don't want America to be California.
Oh, yes. Well, and isn't that funny?
Unfortunately, the people from California keep emigrating to other states, you know?
And then voting Democrat.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's good for the Democrats in a lot of ways because it's turning some of these red states into blue states or potentially blue states.
Oh yeah, eventually they'll seed those states with enough Democratic votes that the majorities that they have but concentrated will be spread out enough that they can beat the rural minority, rural majority as well. But don't worry, politics will have shifted by then. It's always been a two-party system. It always will. It's better that way. I look at other countries with their fractional governments and coalition governments, and it's just death by a million cuts. It's horrible. Nothing gets done. The leader of the free world can't be that paralyzed. The two-party system allows us, as much as it's fun to dream of a third party, a two-party system allows us to, as inefficient as it is, at least it gets more shit done than everybody else that does it the other way and tries to be fair.
You mean besides having a two-party system, have a 3 or 4 party system?
Yeah, or you go to Israel. I mean, how many parties does it take there to form or other extreme in Italy? You can have 7, 8 parties in a coalition there.
Yeah,
and you all got to cater to each other, and you all got to negotiate back and forth on who's going to get this and that and what other, and trading back and forth and pork it, and we got enough pork already. We don't need more.
Well, it's interesting because you really do have the Democrat Party it really has 2 wings, and that could break up at some point, but that would just help the Republicans, and I think that the Democrats know that.
Oh, it's inevitable. Yeah, I mean the Democrats' seeds of their own destruction are already sown in their origins. That they allowed the Bernie and lefter fringes into the party and to be able to build part of the platform, which is great. I mean it's their choice to do so. It's the same as the Goldwater Republicans letting in the religious right to also write platforms into the party. The Republican Party was not that huge anti-abortion thing before. It was more also choice, but that got eradicated from the Republican playbook. We're going to see Democratic principles get eliminated from their playbook, from what we're traditionally raised to see a Democrat as it's going to be more socialist and more progressive. And it has already, but we're the next 150 years could be big in the movement of the party towards progressive. And when I say progressive, you know what that means. That it means that as government, we have a right to be in your face, to tell you what good is and to tell you what you should be doing. And we can enforce should. That's progressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In my mind, that's not American. But, hey, okay, it takes the rest of us to vote those bozos out and to vote those ideas down, if we so choose to.
Well, we have another bunch of clips. You could play some
I'll put
whatever you want.
Song on the back.
Got Buddy Hackett.
Yeah, we can just Buddy Hackett. Getaway was an interesting scene. Proudness was an interesting scene.
Buddy Hackett.
Yeah, let's hit Hackett. Quiet this one down.
Feel right if you couldn't sneak one in somewhere.
Well, last time I was here, I didn't say even one. I just didn't. But I didn't want to forget it.
Okay. You've reminded them now. You have your limit.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, you know what I used to say in the show, that it's not a bad word. It comes from anterior superior spine.
Yes, no, we don't have. That's all it is.
That's
really.
all it is, right. If a doctor ever says to you, you have contusions and lacerations of the anterior superior spine,
that means
you get scared. You don't know what you got. But if he says to you, you've got a little glass in your ripper, and that, then you say, oh, thank you very much.
This all started out, we're talking about a turkey. Hey, let me ask you something. You used to talk about your mother's cooking.
My mother was the worst cook.
Well, I know you said you'd stuffed later on for 2 hours. Now, how about Thanksgiving? Did you ever have
We never had turkey on Thanksgiving.
Never?
No, we had chicken. We had chicken, no matter, anything important was chicken. In fact, if somebody died, we had chicken. If there was a birth, we had chicken. That's it. She says, I'll make a chicken. But we didn't know that was, we always thought that was her selection, but she couldn't make anything else.
Chicken?
No. Did you ever hear what Shecky Green said about his mother?
No.
He says, Ma, why is the chicken so greasy? She said, because it's not chicken. I take grease and shape it like a chicken. Now, the funny part of it is, Shecky's mother didn't talk that way at all. She spoke beautifully. Just as good as you. I was going to say just as good as me, but that would leave a lot to be wanted.
Yes. So always chicken.
Yeah, chicken. That's all we ever had. My father...
Did you have the sweet potatoes and all pumpkin pie and all that? None of that.
Pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie.
Here's what my mother would say. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie was... she would call it trafe. It's not trafe. It would mean forbidden to Jews. She would call it trafe. It's not. You could eat it. It's a vegetable.
Yeah.
But anything that she didn't know about was trafe. That's it. Yeah, a train from New York to Miami was trafe. Fat, trafe, fat. How do you go then? Uncle Benny's car. If you don't go in Uncle Benny's car, see, in the Bible, when Moses wanted to go to Miami, he went in Uncle Benny's car.
I didn't know that. I missed that. That was
of course. It's all tradition.
That was great.
Wasn't
that great?
Yeah, there was the other one about the other segment I sent you where he tells a joke about the guy with 4 balls. Do you remember that one? Do you have that one?
Yes. Guy goes to the doctor.
We were talking about donating organs to science or to somebody after you pass away.
Well, there's some people that don't have the same organs everybody has. For instance, a guy goes to the doctor. And he says, "Hey, I've been talking this way all my life. I want to talk like a regular person." The doctor said, "I have your file here, and having examined you, the only difference between you and other people is that you have been more sexually endowed than most people in the sense that in some place where you should have 2, you have 4. In other words, you can get a free pass to first base, is what the doctor said. So now, the guy says, "Well, I really want to talk regular." The doctor said, "We can perform an operation and reduce you to normalcy, and perhaps that will affect your voice." So the guy says, "Okay." So after the operation, a few weeks pass, and the patient comes back. He says, "Doc, I'm talking normally, but things are not exactly the way they were, and I prefer to have things put back the way they were." And the doctor said, "That's impossible. Those have been destroyed."
The great Buddy Hackett.
Yeah. I mean, what a great thought, that a guy could have 4 of those.
Yeah, I just need one.
Don't you think that would be an advantage in life?
If you like to, one of those magicians that spin the plates on the, if you could do spin plates on top of them in a show in Vegas, you'd make a lot of money.
Yeah, juggler of some sort.
I got a Samuel L. Jackson clip. Do you want to hear it?
Want to hear what?
Sam Jackson.
Oh, yeah, sure, whatever.
Don't give me attitude, sir. See, you're assuming I won't shoot your sorry ass, and everyone knows when you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you and umption. Now, I'm Sergeant Madigan Vice, and if you do cop a 2 jerk off, I will see to it you spend the next 10 years in prison getting ass fucked. And if the case is thrown out because my arrest was too violent, I will personally hire men to ass fuck you for the next 10 years. So if you're an ass fucking fan, you go ahead and mouth off. Meanwhile, you're under arrest for the crime of prostitution. Don't give me attitude, sir.
He's bad. I like that. That's from The Long Kiss Goodnight, 1996.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in Niagara Falls, on the border there at Niagara Falls.
Ah.
I think they blow up the bridge.
You know what famous baseball player, speaking of Niagara Falls, who was, I think he killed himself, he died at Niagara Falls, falling off the into the falls.
No kidding. Who?
Do you remember that, Brian?
What's that?
The famous baseball player that died at Niagara Falls?
Oh, yeah. One of the great hitters from back late 1800s.
Yeah, he has the He has the 6th highest batting average of all time. I think it's like lifetime average of 344 or 342, and incredible hitter. He had almost. I don't know if he had 3,000 hits, but he was a great hitter. Big Ed Delahanty.
Yeah, Ed Delahanty. Yeah, and then there I heard it. Well, from what I've read, there's some discrepancies or controversies surrounding whether or not that was a suicide or something fishy going on.
Yeah, they don't know exactly whether it was suicide or not, but he had some serious financial problems, I think.
Yeah.
And that's why people aren't sure whether it was, it had to do with money that he borrowed that he didn't pay back, or if he killed himself because I think there was an issue with him trying to switch teams or move teams, and they wouldn't let him.
Yeah, I heard he did some, alcoholism, obviously. That was a big thing back in those days. But maybe some gambling, too, or something.
Eric, have you ever been to Niagara Falls? You ever seen that?
Delahanty?
Well, you ever seen Niagara Falls and, like, what it looks like?
Ed Delahanty. That's the name of the fellow.
I've never seen it in person.
Died falling into the Niagara Falls or the Niagara River after being removed from a train while intoxicated.
I would think it would be pretty majestic and amazing to look at that.
Have you ever seen Niagara Falls? I was born in Niagara Falls. Yes. Born.
Oh, you were?
Yes. Yeah, from the steps to the hospital, Niagara General, where I was born, the falls like right there. And you can see the Niagara River.
Wow.
Now, you follow the Niagara River, man, it's moving so fast, you're a goner, man. You can't swim against that. You're not going to get to shore. You're like, no. It's very swift moving.
It'll just take you down and crash you against the rocks, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going over. Yeah.
But the drop...
Why the big deal about the barrel thing?
Oh, yeah. They'd let people, back in the day, try their might to see if they can make it over in a padded barrel, and some did, and some were not so lucky.
Yeah. Ed was 346 lifetime batting average, 2596 on hits, 101 homers, 1464 RBIs, and 455 stolen bases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was, I guess, probably known as a power hitter in those days.
Yeah, a slugger. Yeah, a slugger. Yeah.
I bet he had a lot of triples.
Well, the Saints just
one of those. Where is he at? There he is. He got 69 WAR. That's pretty decent. 1,600 runs. 1,600 runs on top of 1,400 RBIs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he had a lot of doubles and triples.
Yeah, 522 on doubles and 186 on triples.
Right.
Wild. Yeah, probably one of the top 3 batters in that time, in his time.
Oh, right around the turn of the century?
Yeah.
The top 3 would be, well, there was Napa Joe, right?
Not quite. The Joy was in 1900. Probably Wee Willie.
Oh.
Is that Pete Rose?
Yeah, Wee Willie Keeler had a 344 average or something. He had a huge average. He didn't hit for power, though.
No.
I mean, there were guys like, there was that guy that had all those, whether Sam Crawford and Sam Thompson were good hitters. Well, then Ty Cobb came around, but he was 20th century, right?
Yeah, 20th century. Yeah.
Dan Brothers.
Brothers is in there. Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, he was. Like I said, probably top 3 had to be back in those days.
Sam Crawford, the guy that had the most triples of all time. I think he may have been. I don't know if he was the 1800s or not.
Yeah, Cap Anson.
Cap Anson, yeah.
Ooh. Name I haven't heard in a long time.
Somebody has a list where they picked. Let's see, they got George Davis, Roger Connor, Dan Brothers. I think he's better than some of those guys.
Yeah, no, Delahanty he really had power.
Yeah, Delahanty, number 12. Now, this list includes the pitchers, so if we take out pitchers, we got Anson, George Davis, Roger Connor, Dan Brothers, and then you have Ed Delahanty. So, top 5 according to this guy, as far as hitters go.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Roger Connor was quite a player, too. I think he had like 220-some triples or something like that.
Did he make the Hall of Fame?
Connor, what am I saying? Oh, Roger. I just did it's been a couple of months ago. Every time there's a sports birthday celebration, these guys' names pop up, and I'll look up their, do a little spiel on them on my Sports Rock thing to commemorate their birthdays. Let's see, Roger Connor, Connor. Yeah, there he is. Let me see. Yep. Wasn't inducted until 1976.
Wow. Took a long time for him to get the respect that it was due to him.
Yeah, it's funny. They got George Davis, number 5. The rest of the guys are pitchers on this list I'm looking at. Let me see here.
Yeah.
What did George do? His name's familiar, but I'm just trying to remember what he did. Baseball Reference. Hall of Famer. Yeah, he had 2,600 hits, 295 lifetime average, 1,500 runs, 1,400 RBI, 619 stolen bases.
George Davis?
Yeah. Actually, carried over from 1890 to 1909. So,
did he get in?
Crossed over. Yeah, he got Hall of Fame. Yeah, so George Davis, Roger Connor, and then they got Dan Brothers as the 3rd top hitter, and then Delahanty.
Washington Redskins, go fuck yourself.
Anywho.
We got some Sopranos you could play that.
Sopranos,
yeah. Shaggy.
You want to play the one that I sent you?
Yeah, I got Shaggy here ready to go.
Shaggy?
There's fucking dog shit all over by the entrance.
I'm supposed to be picking up scrap.
You'll be picking up your teeth in another second.
Hey, Detrolio, you need something to do?
Get fucking lost.
Come on, guys.
Go! Before it sets in the treads. Oh, my check's come in yet?
I don't know. I didn't see the girl.
If she ain't got him, send the kid. Meadows' friend, when he's done with your car.
Who Meadow? What are you talking about?
Meadow Soprano. That's her boyfriend.
There he is.
I can't find any Lysol.
Don't worry about it. Why didn't you tell me you were dating my niece? Here. You take her someplace nice. Make sure you tell her it's from Uncle Paul.
Thank you. That's really nice.
Hey, give me that shit. Paulie! Come here. Get the hose.
I guess we get along. We're just different, you know? She zigs, I zag. That kind of thing.
What's her dad like? He's always flirting.
He's okay. A little intense sometimes.
The main thing's that he's a good person.
Is this the part where he's looking at her
You guys
underwear?
gonna get married or what?
Living together's the same thing.
I lived with a guy once, and trust me, it's not
So
even
the tramp
close
stamp.
to being the same thing.
What do you mean, why?
Cause you could just pack up and leave whenever the shit hits the fan. Talk to married people. That ring, believe it or not, it's got this kind of like weird power.
So, what happened with you and this
Yeah,
guy?
what are you, me boy?
Hey. It's actually just Finn.
So, the Cubbies gave your boys a shellacking last night.
Still early.
That's true. You know who he looks like? That guy from Aerosmith, Joe Perry. Your boss inside?
Yeah.
All right. I see he's around.
All right.
He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, they all are pretty much.
So you dating anybody now?
Oh, Phineas. He was just asking. How come a dentist? What's wrong with being a regular doctor?
I saw this thing on Shark Teeth when I was little.
Hey, Phil.
Glad to see you not exerting yourself in this heat.
Boss, now he comes. As soon as the Jersey tomatoes are in season, you can't keep these New York guys away.
Fuck the tomatoes. I'll take the scuttle. You know my brother Billy?
Yeah, what do you say, Bill?
Billy, how you doing? Hey. Felicia,
What?
this case has Tona come in yet?
Yeah, it's in the trailer.
I'm gonna guess up. I'll be right back.
Tona cartridges now. You're not skimming enough from this shop.
Fucking brother sells them out of his trunk.
Jesus.
So, Patsy, the necklace, how'd it go over with the guma?
Beautiful. With the little emeralds, she fucking loved it.
First he gave her the emeralds, then he gave her the pearls.
I got eBell watches, too. Earrings, whatever you need.
My girl's birthday's coming up. Some rack on that girl.
Yeah, you can get past the sideburns.
You should talk. That skank I saw you with, this girl's fucking mustache, it must have been like kissing a fireman.
Well, you ought to know, sweetie.
What'd you say?
Nothing, what? We're just breaking balls.
Finn, what time's that game tonight?
8 o'clock, I think.
I'm gonna take a piss. Do me a favor, huh? Hold this.
I knew that was coming.
You're right. I'm sorry. I meant to hit you in the fucking mouth. Hey, yo. Gene, relax.
You okay?
All right, Gene, come on.
You made your point.
Felicia, one ambulance.
Use your own phone. I'm busy.
You've been sick all day. Why don't you take the day off?
What about him? One of these civilians calls the cops?
What? I think I seen a couple of niggas running that way.
Oh, yeah, those two guys.
Need to rest? You want some water? You sure? Eugene.
Wow.
Yeah, that clip had a lot in it, didn't it?
They broke the rules
Yeah.
on so many levels.
You gotta love those Italian guys talking like that.
Yeah.
I'm just breaking balls.
Wow.
You always got that line from Joe Pesci in that Casino. You motherfucking Jew.
You motherfucking Jew.
Don't make a fuck out of me.
Did I put you here?
Yep.
You
yeah,
motherfucker. You. Well, he met his maker, and that was an awful scene when those two guys got baseball batted to death.
Yeah, in the cornfield.
Oh, yeah.
Then buried semi-alive.
Oh, the Saints just missed a field goal. Oh.
Yeah, they're sucking badly.
Their offense is not moving without Drew Brees. I think they need to put the famous Jameis in there.
And the crab legs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they can put out some crab legs in front of them, and that'll give them some incentive.
Hey, but Chabdog, that's trafe.
That's what?
It's trafe. Crab legs are trafe.
I know. I love trafe.
Eat it every time. Eat it every time you can get it.
Want to work uptown?
The more trafe, the better.
Anywhere. We work Jewish holidays? Anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
Anytime, anywhere.
No Shabbats for you.
So we got you want to do the update on the scores here?
Sure.
Not a lot of scoring right now in these games. But Pittsburgh scored a field goal, so they're tied up with Jacksonville 3-3 in a real slugfest.
Oh my God.
And Tennessee is up 7-6 on Baltimore, but Baltimore has the ball and they're driving. They're about to score, so that's not going to stay that way.
Gee.
Philadelphia looks like shit. They're losing 7-0 to Cleveland, as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And
you thought
New
you were all
England is
over
up
Philly.
10-7 on Houston.
Weren't you jumping on
And
Philly?
they're driving.
I see that.
Yeah.
Houston.
They're going to grind it out, baby.
Titans 7-6 over the Ravens.
Yeah. Washington up 7-0 on the Bungles.
Well, the Bungles got the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go, second quarter. So it's very low action, low scoring games. A lot of lethargy in the NFL today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
Atlanta is winning 6-3 on New Orleans.
Woo. Yeah, it's a real barnstorming game too.
Mm-hmm. And
Panthers
Detroit
nothing on. Yeah.
Looks like only red zone. There's like nothing here. Like even the ticket couldn't save you here because there isn't a better game.
Yeah, the red zone is like the dead zone right now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe New England, Houston, but
Well, I think Pittsburgh's going to open this up soon. I can't see this thing. But, yeah, you just never know. They could be getting lulled to sleep here against the dead Jacksonville offense.
You know, like a snake charmer? The snake charming Ben?
I don't know. We just can't play Jacksonville for some reason.
Yeah, they're like roadkill this year, too. You imagine that your first loss comes to Jacksonville? That would kind of figure, wouldn't it?
Oh. Yeah, people laugh.
Jinx.
Yeah, I don't want that.
You know the Steelers aren't.
What are we going to go out with
year.
today, Eric? What do we have any? I thought I sent you one song. The asshole song.
Yeah, the Joe Biden asshole. You really want to end on that?
Well, no. I mean, we don't have to. I just thought it was a funny song, but it wasn't
funny, though.
necessarily Joe Biden directed.
No, it's
was
not
just
Joe
a
Biden.
funny
It's just a really good song. Well, it's about Jimmy Buffett getting run off the road one day.
Oh, is that
sure
a Jimmy
Brian's
Buffett
heard that
song?
Hmm?
That's Jimmy Buffett, huh?
Jimmy
I love
Buffett.
him.
That's a famous song.
Ravens just got up 12-7.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Ravens 12-7 over Tennessee.
Finally.
Oh, nice. I knew they'd get going.
Yeah.
If you got a different song you'd like to play, or you want to play another one of the clips we have, you can just do that.
Play the. We'll play the plane scenes out of Mad, Mad, Mad World.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always a good one.
Yeah.
More Buddy Hackett. That is a hilarious clip.
Yeah, they got some Jim Backus here.
All right. Well, that's kind of appropriate given the name of the show, the slow motion car crash show. This was another crash.
Yeah.
Call this plane went in front at the end. Guys, have a great week. Brian, have a great week. Thanks for calling in. Brian, check out Sports Talk on Facebook. It's a great site.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Brian and I are on a collision course for the lead in that contest. So, what can I say? Butting heads this week.
I can hear you.
Yep. Thank you, Eric Well-Read, for producing the show. Another great job from Well-Read Productions. And thank you, Frank Fleming from Barstool Sports. Prayer for the Steelers on my end.
Go Steelers. Cover 10 points, please.
All right, guys. Sayonara week. So long.
You have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Touchdown Steelers, 10-3. Yeah, baby.
Whoever told you could fly? What do you want from me? How long have I been flying? Keep it going. Get your dog there, radio.
Hello? Hello, anybody on the ground? On the ground, anybody? We're up here. Can you hear us?
This is Rancho Caneo Tower. Do you hear me? This is Rancho Caneo Tower. Do you hear me? Aircraft calling Rancho Caneo Tower. This is Rancho Caneo Tower. How do you hear me?
I got him. Hello, down there on the ground. This is us up here in the air, and we're in trouble. We're in an awful jam. Listen. Hello? Oh, Benji, I think I lost him.
Wait a minute. You're not using that set the right way. You press your switch in to transmit, and when it's released, you're on receive. Can you understand me? This is Rancho Caneo Tower. Where are you and who are you? Over.
I know how to work it down, Benji boy. I know how to work it. Watch it. Hello, down on the ground. This is us up in the air. And listen, we're in this fella's plane, see? And he knocked himself out because he drank a whole case of bourbon and he fell down and hit his head. And what'll we do? You know,
the switch. Let go of the switch.
If you can, give us your position. Who's flying the plane? Over.
What do you mean, who's flying the plane? Nobody's flying the plane.
Sir, Tower here, emergency. We have contact.
Tell them it's a full emergency and we're going to try to talk them down. Tell them.
Full emergency. We're going to try and talk them down. Right, sir.
It's a twin beach. There was one here. I saw it this morning. Who's got a twin beach? It's that Colonel Wilberforce. He was over at maintenance. If he's still over there, get him over here and hurry.
Right.
Rancho Caneo Tower. Now listen. Don't talk. Just listen. We're getting things under control so you can take it easy. We know what kind of a plane you're in. We can see you, and we're making all the necessary preparations to talk you down. Rancho Caneo, over.
Up here to Rancho Caneo Tower. Listen, we can't land this thing, you understand? We're in real trouble. Over.
Listen, you're going to be perfectly all right as long as you follow instructions. One thing, it's important that the man at the controls is also the man on the radio.
Here.
Hey, get out of here.
Put him on.
No.
Put him on.
I don't want it.
I tell you, put him on. He said the fellow that was flying should be talking on this thing.
What am I supposed to do? Everything? You want me to fly the airplane? You want me to work the radio? What are you, the hostess?
Those two characters in the airplane had a little accident, knocked the pilot unconscious. Now the control tower at the airport's trying to talk him down.
Dingy, don't let this worry you. We're going to get killed.
Men, this is Colonel Wilberforce speaking. These gentlemen here have asked me to take charge of this situation, so I immediately said that I would be glad to take charge of it. Now, before I say anything else, men...
I don't think he's going to help us, Dingy.
Yes, he is, Benji. He'll help us. Now just have confidence in him. He's a colonel. Listen to him.
Steady, men. Well, now, I'm told that neither of you has had any flying experience. And before I say anything else, I want to congratulate you on having done so well, so far. Now, first of all, men, I'll explain what we intend to do. You can't land the airplane until you've made your approach. And you can't make your approach until you've made a long, slow turnaround down to the south. And we've got to be clear on a few things before you can start that long, slow turn. Now, the stick that you're holding there, that is, I assume that, men, are you holding that stick? Is somebody holding that stick? Over.
What stick? Oh, the wheel. I'm holding it. We both holding it.
Oh, good. Just 1 second there. I was afraid. Well, never mind that. Now I'll explain the controls. It's very important for you to understand the controls. Because if you don't, I'm afraid what might happen. And I'll explain the controls.
Another couple of minutes, we'll have him in position, Colonel.
In another couple of minutes, men, we'll have you in position.
You're doing a great job, Colonel.
Thank you.
Why don't we just shoot him down and be through with it?
Now, men, about the brakes. You got to know about the brakes. I'm going to tell you about the brakes in just a minute. Just hold it a minute. Just patient. What the hell's with this wire here? Just hold it a second, will you? What was that? Now, man, now look.
Be calm. This is it. Just 1 minute more, man, and it'll be all over. I mean, it'll all be over. I mean courage, man. Because we're all with you down here, every second of the way, man. We're all pulling for you just as hard as we can. So now it's just hold on to your nerves, man. And not get excited or do anything foolish. But just keep calm. That's all we've got to do, man. Keep calm. Calm, men.
Not that calm, you idiot! What's this? What's this? It's coming.
That's good. That's cement.
What? Wait a minute. Wait, hold it. Wait, what are you doing, Benji? Wait. What, are you trying to scare me? No. What you did?
Get it over right. Get it over. Left rudder. Too low. Up. Pull up. No. Left rudder. No. No.
Not gonna land, and we'll never make it. I'll never make it. What do you mean we'll never make it? Don't freeze! Benji, don't freeze! Come down! You hit me! Listen, wake up! Hey! Hold on! Wait a minute! We're down! We're on the ground! Hooray! Well, put on the brakes!
The brakes, okay, where are they?
Benji, here comes the restaurant! Ah! We've landed! Come on! Hurry! Now hurry up! Come on!
Hey, what about him?
Never mind about him. There must be an ambulance around. Let's get out of here. Come on. Hey, Tom! Hey, hold on. Hey, listen, we're in an awful hurry. Do you know where the state park is?
Sure.
Yeah, what happened? We had an emergency landing. Come on, hurry. Quick, let's go. Come on, get in. Come on, Benji.